Here we go, 2 o'clock again, everyone. Welcome back to the craft store. Miss Dawn Wheeler, are you well?
I am, are you?
Yes, very well, thank you. Really excited. 2 hours back to back. Claina's just over there, right, Claina? Hello. 3 o'clock from Claina. Wheeler, what a show. Spellbinders, but with a difference. What's the message of the hour?
The message of the hour is you can receive 20% off for a week.
Yes, indeed. Now, this is thanks to our friends at Personal Impressions.
Yes.
So you go to personalimpressions.com. They've got lots of other brands they work with. Of course, you've been here with others too.
Yep.
This is the first time they brought Spellbinders to the craft store, and just for the craft store, right?
Yep.
20% off. But not just these.
The brand shop. So if you go to the brand shop on the Personal Impressions website, like I say, all the prices there, obviously on the Spellbinders brand shop, you will automatically see that 20% is already taken off as well, so you know exactly what you're paying. Get
ahead of this. When you get there, personalimpressions.com, you'll see the craft store logo. Click on that. You can see the dates of the show, so you can go backwards and see other ones, like Tim Holtz, you can see there.
Ciao Bella.
Ciao Bella with yourself. Absolutely, lots of different ones for you. But this one is all about Spellbinders. So we're going to go through the dozen or so that we've got, but please have a shop around, 20% off extra just for the craft store, which is very, very exciting. Should we start in front of you then?
Let's do it.
Let's go top row and across. What have we got, Dawn?
This first one we've got for you is the decorative elements. And for me, a lot of them that we've got in the show here today, obviously there's lots and lots more on the website, but honestly, this is, to me, traditional Spellbinders.
Yep.
At its best.
Beautiful, isn't it?
You've got like decorative frames. In this one, you're actually getting 3 dies. Shall I open it and show you how big they are?
Oh, look, it's straight in.
Let's do it.
No worries at all.
Let's do
I like
it.
the packaging as well, by the way.
Yes.
What about you at home?
Storage is key, but like with this one, it's got like, it looks like hearts, but it's not hearts, if you know what I mean.
What?
That makes any sense. They look
like
like
hearts. I thought they were hearts.
Like
Are they not?
hearts.
Oh, I thought they were. Okay.
But look at that. You've got 3 separate dies in there, so you can use it independently. You can use them together. You can stack them, add them at an angle, whatever you want to do. But look how beautiful and ornate they are. And again, a really good size.
Isn't it just? And a further 20% off, making that price $8.33. I know the prices are going to be weird, like $9.16, $8.33, because the penny 20% coming off that, whether it was $12.99, whether it was $9.99, whether it was $100.99. They're your decorative elements for you. Next to there, we've got Floral Medallion.
This is a beautiful one as well. Again, 3 dies in this one. Look how ornate, how detailed that is. This is going to work with any colourway, all your Ciao Bella papers, your inks, things like that.
Lovely.
But you look like you've got large peonies on that one. It's so beautiful. Should we open it?
Go on then.
Let's do it. Just let's have a look. We might as well have a look.
$10.83. That's already with your 20% off $10.83. If you're watching on Facebook, well, give us a comment. Just say good afternoon. Hello, Dawn and Dan.
Hi.
What's good? Any of these you want to see cut, by the way?
Yes,
the machine is plugged in. We found some plates as a miracle. We'll absolutely. There's some stamps coming up as well, so stay tuned.
Look at that. I'm thinking for Easter, for Mother's Day, with having that floral occasion on there, you've got that beautiful wreath design. These will all layer up on the inside, but again, use them separately if you want to. But such a beautiful set to have.
Are they sort of like tulip-esque, or am I making that up?
Yeah, or like peonies, like tulips. They've got that lovely, like Tudor rose kind of style.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah, I think quite flamey, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So just change your colours, work it for everybody. But white on white, this will look really crisp and beautiful for like weddings, christenings, things like that, or even for a sympathy card. But if you want to add vibrancy and colour, it's going to look magical.
$10.83. Not forgetting, we are live on YouTube as well. So if you search the Craft Store TV on YouTube, you want to watch it on your big telly, you can watch it on your big telly as well if it's a smart telly. But a lot of people are saying they like that it's not on Sky Freeview, etc., because then when they're at work on the computer,
you can just have it on in the corner.
Yes, I'm doing the accounts. We continue on. Twisted floral tags.
Again, another pretty one. Spellbinders are truly well known. One of the first that were out there in the brands that brought dies to us. And you can see by the detail and the designs, they've just got better and better. In this set, there is actually 5 dies in this one. So again, you've got extra embellishments in there. You've got the floral elements, and you've got the corners in there. But then you've got the 2 different styles of tags in there too.
The most affordable one we've seen so far, that is $7.49. Not the most affordable one on this show, if you want to, but they're all absolute bargains.
Great prices for Spellbinders.
Personalimpressions.com, that's where you go to get 20% off their Spellbinders range, which is huge.
Yes.
By we've just got a selection of a dozen or so. It's a
We
huge
couldn't
range.
have them all in.
No,
I know we've
can you
got
imagine?
lots of space, but
Some would say too much space, which is what you need in a craft studio after all. Nevertheless, that is your twisted floral tags. Moving on from there, is it beautiful banner basket? Just want to read your writing. Beautiful banner basket?
Yes.
Is that what you say?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to read my right. Thanks.
Well, listen, you offered to do that, to be fair, so thank you very
I did
much.
to make it easier for us. And
Yeah, I could have written it myself, but didn't, did I?
Nope,
No,
I did it
no,
for you.
didn't. I like the ivy elements on here.
Look at that. So again, cut it in different colours. They're going to be usable to use. Even with this one, I would add it in with the tags and everything else, and one or two of the other designs as well. But again, very ornate, very beautiful. That would look fabulous. You know, like for a wedding, if you want to place settings, things like that as well. But on a card, you can imagine, you can make it look a little bit darker colours, blacks and greys. Make
Gothic, couldn't it?
Yeah, for a guy, make it a little bit more mystical and magical. You could do that as well.
I love that ivy going around. Almost like a coat of arms, isn't it? Beautiful.
Yeah.
That is called Beautiful Banner Basket for $7.49. Continue on. Now, Christmas Dove Frame it's called here, which I get it because you can see the poinsettias and the florals. But you know as well as me...
So not.
No, exactly. Yeah, you could be snipping away if you want. Just a real lovely, almost like elegant banner in its own right.
It is. I've got a demonstration with this one as well. And even if you do it in white, you can make the poinsettias look like lilies. Obviously, with this one, you can ink in between and emboss it and bring it to life that way. But honestly, if you do it in different colours and add pearls to the centre of it, it could look beautiful for a wedding card as well.
Like that. Imagine that.
Okay,
Save
really
the day, the
pretty.
listing of
Yes.
whatever, like the menu.
Menus, yeah, everything.
Weddings are always like, carriages arrive at, don't they?
Carriages.
Everyone
right.
goes posh. Hors d'oeuvres, canapes.
The taxis.
Yeah. Buffet opens at this
Buffets
time.
open. I like them sort of weddings.
Yeah, Pat's cabs will be along in a minute. Get out. The lights are coming on. Nevertheless, but that is called Christmas Dove Frame for $9.16. Their prices have already, you don't need a promo code or anything else. Sometimes you do, this one you don't.
No.
It's already been done for you thanks to the craft store. So thank you to Lou and everyone at Personal Impressions for doing this just for us. Joyous Noel.
Yes. Again, you know, with this one, the beauty of this is the centrepiece comes out.
Right.
So, yes, use it for Christmas, but you don't have to. It's a lovely designer frame. It reminds me a little bit Art Deco, that kind of style. But again, a great one to have in your stash to build then around it.
And that is $7.49. That is all I know. We're going quickly. We'll cut any of them if you want to. There's some pre-planned demonstrations, sure. Don't just throw this together, guys. Despite we don't just throw it together. Well, there's some stuff planned.
Thanks,
We'll cut
Dad.
anything, right? Yeah, that's right.
We'll cut
Right.
anything.
That was Joyous Noel. We'll continue on. I know we're going quick. I will recap as we're going. Any questions or... We've only got a handful after all. The actual whole of the website under Spellbinders.
Their brand shop, yeah.
The brand shop is 20% off extra. Classic elegance label, Dawn.
Again, a beautiful one. This is quite handy because it's got everyday shapes in here that you can use. And you can see then you've got the flourish in there as well, which again, you could use every single day. And then you've got the rectangle in the centre. You have got 5 dies in total in this one. And again, a great size. Shall I show you?
Yeah, I was going to say,
these
get
are
in
great
there.
size. Let's do this. Let's do this.
And I was thinking, because that little flap goes over the front of the package, you don't need magnetic sheets in there either,
No,
do you?
you
All stays
don't.
in.
All stays in there. So you can see these are separate. So
Yep.
again, use them together or separately. You've got your flourish, and then you've got your 2 extra decorative bits on
Little
there
books
as well.
or birds or
Yeah.
whatever you see fit.
You can use those on there because one edge will cut, one edge won't. So again, if
yeah.
you want to do it so if you cut the card, this bit would slip in underneath. Let me show you. So what you do is you'd have a piece of cardstock at the back. You'd use that, and then that would tuck underneath.
Would it?
So because this bit doesn't cut and that bit does, so then you can slot it in.
I see.
You know, like photo corners, that
Yeah,
kind
I
of thing.
see.
It's that kind of deal that you've got with those as well.
Clever.
But useful die set there, right there. Thank you.
Nicely done. Whack in. Classic elegance labels is that one. The last one on the top row, Loopy.
Don't look at me like that.
No, never would. What are you talking about? Officially, yeah, well, it's called Loopy. Oh, is it a big... Can we get
It's
into
a
this
big
as well?
one. Yeah, this is a really big one. This one is more of an embossed detail.
Okay.
Shall I take it out and show
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
There's 2 in here as well. So you've got a lot of metal in here. Big size as well. So on your cards, these are going to look great. Look.
Oh, wow.
So a standard square that you could use for your matting and layering all the time. And then you've got this one, which obviously you can see embosses and debosses. So for texture and background, I'm going to be doing this in one of the demos. So
Can we? I was going to say, this is a bit different, isn't it? So
yeah, depending on what colours you do this in, obviously it will work for all different age groups, all different styles of cards. And don't forget, then you can cut strips out of that, make ribbon borders and things like that. So really, really useful.
You know what? Look at that. That could be greens. It could be really leafy and natural and healthy. It could be like chainmail if you wanted to do that. It could be like something completely different. It's all just on the colour and the pattern, the texture.
Black cardstock, little bit of silver wax over the top. That'd look great. But if not, do it white and then add splats of colour. That makes it more modern, kind of a bit quirky.
It could be quite like 60s, 70s, couldn't it?
Yeah, a bit retro.
Bit retro. Hey, listen, what do you want to do with it? Absolutely. $8.33. Unknown prices before. Thank you so much, Spellbinders. 20% off extra. We're going to go back this way, team. So that's all the dies on the top row after all. There's plenty more on the brand shop, but obviously we've only got so much space here. Then we continue on down. Like, these are like the next 6, like a little duo of stamps and dies, right?
They are. So you've got a little bit of everything in these. And I have to say, these are really handy. If you're wanting these for journaling or for toppers on your cards and things like that, these are great. So in this one, you get 2. You get that beautiful fern leaf and then that frame, which again, you could use separately. But then you get the stamp. So you could stamp this out and then you can actually then die cut it out with the die that's in the pack.
Right.
So this makes it really uniformed, makes it really smart. But even if you want to make little tags, it's an ideal way to make little tags or bits for your journals or on the front of your cards.
That was called A Birdie Told Me. I think you're right. I think for like journaling, for scrapbooking, for that kind of thing in your books and your albums or whatever you want, that little bit, I mean, you haven't got to die cut it out. It could just be a stamp in its own right, right?
Yeah. Punch hole, make little tags. It will work all year round.
There you go, $7.49. That's called A Birdie Told Me. 2 dies and the 1 stamp in there. The next one, you just got a sneak peek of it on your screen right there. Memories.
Memories. So again, same idea with this. Do remember as well, these are on red rubber and they've already got the cushioning on the back.
Okay.
So I'll show you with these stamping systems, you have to take...
The cushion for the pushing when you're stamping?
Yes. You take, obviously, the platform will have a cushion. You take that out, you don't need it.
So you don't go pushing?
Oh, stop it.
Which one's right, team? You let me know in the comments.
It's got cushioning.
You do a little...
Press.
You're not pushing though, are you? It's like a little... No, not a squeeze, Chris. We'll work it out. That's called memories, nevertheless. Next to there, if you love your florals, you're in the right place. Flower bouquet.
Now, these are a need. I didn't get sent this one, but I got sent the other one. But I have to say, these are so handy. If you want to do a beautiful bouquet and you want to paint it, colour it, and then die cut it out, you've got all those extra details, but to make your own backgrounds, things like that, such a handy little kit. And if you haven't ever really tried stamping before, start with something like this.
We were looking up about the illustrators behind all of these, and this one's meant to be look a little bit like you can see almost every sketch, and you can see it there, like really beautiful. We're into spring. Mother's Day it's far enough away to do lots of shopping and lots of crafting, isn't it? But it is the next big thing. So that's what we're looking for. So this would be perfect for Mother's Day, or a wedding, or into Easter. By the way, if you're looking for Easter makes to make and sell, the next hour with Kleiner is definitely the one. Yeah, so don't go anywhere for that next hour live from 3. Nevertheless, that was the bouquet, wasn't it? The flower bouquet. Next to there, embroidered flowers, Dawn.
These are lovely. Can I just turn the back round? Because, can I show the one that we showed before?
Should we do both together?
Yeah. Because inspiration is there for you as well. Look how incredible these look. So you can see there, you can make your cards as big or as small. You can add extra ones on there. But look at these. These have got that wow factor. That
is the flower bouquet. I'll keep my hands on the other one, though, that were embroidered flowers, which is 9.16. Everything on this show, right, under £10?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Everything. Wow.
These are present prices as well.
Aren't they just?
So if you don't want to get somebody an Easter egg because they're trying to be good, then this would be ideal. No calories.
Treat yourself? Nope.
Treat yourself.
Unless you eat the die on the stamp, of course.
No.
But even if it's only rubber.
No.
Bit of foam.
No.
Okay. Don't do that. There we go. That one in my hands there was the embroidered flowers. Frame of Mind. Now, Frame of Mind goes big on the stamp. The fact the next 2 go big on stamps. It is. This is great because you have got your set of stamps in there, again, all mounted, and then you've got your little plaque, so you'd stamp it out first, then die cut it out. But that die cut frame, you could use lots and lots of your different stamps on it and things like that, make your own little tags, but such a handy collection to have as well. Just spin it around. Nice words it's got on there. Yeah, really pretty, aren't they? One says, make it. Beautiful, love, be brave. Hello. I thought it said Stella. Hello. And it says the world is your oyster. But look at that. It feels like proper scripted, doesn't it? Maybe
Yeah.
you like your metal embellishments going on there. Your beautiful, as you said, flowers in the background,
Yes.
floral papers. But the framework, etc., comes from this one, Frame of Mind 833. Let me spin that around. And the final one we have out here is the most affordable item on the show. Dare I say one of the most affordable items in the Personal Impressions Spellbinders brand shop. For £5.83, friends. Whatever you're ordering, put that in the same basket.
Just do it.
£5.83 is your floral, it's called Floral Divine.
It is if you want to make your own bouquet, because you've got your dies, you can stamp them, you can die cut them out, you can build them up. But for backgrounds, things like that, if you just want to add that extra little bit of detail, even to like the one that we saw before with the plaque with the words on, you can embellish it with these beautiful floral elements that you've got on there. So you've got different sizes, but the dies make it so much easier.
Multiple dies in there, by the way. So you think
lots of dies.
5.83 might be wrong, and I don't think it is wrong, but we
that.
questioned it when we first saw it.
We did, we were like, what?
Building up, so you could have little foam pads in there, glue gel in between there to really build up the layers. But how lovely for, what would you turn to colour these in with? What would you use?
I would use your watercolour. Use your ink pads, watercolour pencils. You can even use your alcohol pens, whatever medium you've got. Even if you've got pattern papers, like green tones, if you've got any of the Ciao-Bellas we were on with last time, you know, die cut them out of pattern papers and build them up. They look incredible. So if you haven't got any colouring mediums, that's a great way to do it.
There you go. That is £5.83. That is all. We are going to demonstration next, Chris. Would you like to walk past me,
Thank
Dawn?
you.
There we go. Camera 5. Hello, camera 5.
5.
You shop direct. Remember, that is a difference with the craft store. You shop direct with a supplier. So next hour, you're shopping direct with Kleiner. Previously, you were shopping direct with Chrissy, etc. This show right now, personalimpressions.com. Personalimpressions.com is where you go. And on that homepage, you will see a massive banner that says the craft store. You can do it by date of the different shows they've had, but it takes you default, I guess, to this show right now. And it's a brand page of Spellbinders, isn't it? So it's not just everything there. Loads more on there, every single item for only a week. A further 20%. They're already savings, by the way, they're already discounted, but a further 20% off. With such a choice, Wheels, what are you going to go for first?
Now, what I thought I'd do is mix it up a little bit, OK? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the classic elegance label. So I'm going to use this set to do, like, my backgrounds, my mats and layers, and my embellishments with. But what I'm also going to do is use the set with the beautiful flower and the dies in that we were just looking at a moment ago. And this one is, I can't remember the names. This is embroidered flowers.
Embroidered flowers.
Okay, so let's show you these, okay? So first of all, what I want you to do is, obviously, I'm going to be using a stamping system. Now, with this one, I take out the spongy foam. Now, you need to, because your stamps are already pre-mounted. If you've got an acrylic block, you can literally, have I got one in my bag? And I can just show you, there you go. If you've got the standard acrylic blocks, you can take that, you can put it straight onto it, that will cling. So if you've got those, fine. If you've got the stamping system like I have here, you need to take your spongy layer out. Yours might be black, it might be blue, it might be green, whatever colour. Then all I'm going to do is,
what was that?
Dear, throw that on the floor, ink pad.
What was it?
It's fine,
I'll get
ink
it.
pad.
By the way, very quickly, I'll get that for you. Tracy says, can't find Spellbinders on the website. I've looked myself, Tracy. If you go on personalimpressions.com, click on the craft store, that will take you straight there. You know, and Personal Impressions have done various shows with us, like Tim Holtz, Graphic 45, Ciao-Bella. This one is all about Spellbinders, and it's all grouped together in there. You could search in the search bar for Spellbinders, and I'm sure they'll come up that way. But as far as it being all grouped together, personalimpressions.com, and look for the big craft store banner, Tracy, and you'll spy it all there. A lot of people saying hello, by the way. Ian says, hi, everyone. Looking forward to this show with Dawn and Dan. Bless you, Ian.
Oh, thank you.
Glynis says, hello, everyone. Michael says, where are they on the website? Michael, I hope I just covered that. Another Tracy, hi to the double Ds, Dawn and Dan. Kieran, oh yeah, he's also answering the question. Go on the Spellbinders website. There you go. Angela's saying hi. Catherine, Linda, Debbie, Mary, Nicola, Jane, etc., etc. Phew. So many of you watching, and that's purely on Facebook. Yeah, there's even more of you on YouTube. I'm going to get that ink pad.
Thank you, darling. So with this, you can see what I've done is we've stamped it out. Thank you. And then you've got your corresponding die. All you've got to do is literally just like fiddle about with it a little bit, like so. Just make sure that you've got all the little bits in the correct place, okay?
So,
low-tack tape.
Are you cutting before colouring?
I am, yes. Yeah. It doesn't matter. If you want to colour first, you can do that. But sometimes what I tend to do is I will stamp only thing I would tell you is always stamp first. Stamp it, either colour it, then die cut it. Don't try and die cut it and then make the stamp fit, because...
I thought you were almost going to say that, stamp it before you colour it.
No.
And I was going to be like...
You've just said.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Stamp it before you cut it.
I know you're using the Pro Cut, Dawn. Do you think all of these would go through my mid-size and up?
Yes, A5 size machine up.
Yep.
These will all go through, obviously size permitting, but I would say A5 at least, and you will be fine to be able to do that. And you can see that you've got those.
There you go.
And then
Now, everyone, I know a lot of you are on personalimpressions.com already. Not forgetting, when you see the craft store, click on that. And then at the top, you'll see the 4 tabs of the previous 4 shows. So you can look back at Graphic 45, Tim Holtz, etc. But today's date, the 3rd, click on there, everyone. Michael, Tracy, everyone. And that's where you see them all. So personalimpressions.com, click on the craft store, today's date. It's a really easy way, obvious way. And I thank Personal Impressions for doing that.
Yes, thank you to the team. They've made it amazing. Look at that. Look at the detail.
I love the style.
I do, and it's very intricate. It's very, very fine, so it looks really, really pretty. So that's just using the stamp, okay? So just to show you how to use that. But like I say, if you've got a mounted system, take your cushion out, because otherwise you will find it won't stamp properly. Then you'll be like, this won't stamp. It's because obviously you've got the layer on the back already. Now, with your ink pads, I'm not going to colour all of it, but I just want to show you how I did this one. A little bit of ink pad on, ink pad on there. This is one of my distress inks. So if you're on there, you can pick up some more on the website. Now, with this, just dragging in a little bit of colour. No rules, you know me with colouring, just pop it on. And like with this, I'm just colour washing this across here, just to give you that little bit of detail. Don't keep going over the same bit to try and apply colour. Let it dry and then go back in and add the shadow, the depth. First of all, your first layer is just adding that little bit of colour. Okay, so don't go too dark, just wait for it to, dry a little bit. What I would do is move on to another bit.
Yes.
And then do that, and then come back to it.
Is that this one?
Yes.
Victorian Velvet, those of you who are wondering.
Distress inks, Tim Holtz.
Victorian Velvet.
So now you can see, look, if I go in with a little bit of darker colour, this is just going to add a little bit of shade, but let it dry before you go in, because otherwise you will only be lifting off more colour. And you don't need to add any more water with this bit, because we want to add that depth in there. So you can see I can just go back in, add that little bit of depth. Same with the ribbon that's on here. There's a ribbon that's going through the bouquet. I can just bring this around, have a darker line on the outside where the shadowing would be, and then lighter in the centre. And you can just keep applying your colour like so. And like I say, with this, if you want to go in and add a bit more, you can go in and you can just follow the lines on there and add bit more colour as you go if you want to. But you can see it's really, really easy. Don't be too precious. Don't be too, think about it too much. Just go for it. At the end of the day, it's a piece of paper. But any of you...
And the styling is like, I said before, like this one, I know this is the embroidered one, right?
Yes.
With the other one as well next to it. Like, you can almost see the artist's impression. So you can imagine the brush strokes. Therefore, your own strokes just complement that. So
that's it.
If you go out the lines, brilliant. If you stay in the lines, brilliant. If there's a white space, even better.
Yeah,
I think it's really
doesn't matter.
Hey, and maybe you've just got some alcohol markers. Maybe you've just got your first set of watercolours, some things. Maybe you've got your distress inks and haven't used them in this way yet. What a great selection of stamps and dies on this show to be taking advantage and practicing with them, getting to know your products.
That's it. So you can just add them where you want. With the leaves as well, don't be frightened even if you go over a little bit of that. Because it's been die cut, it will give it that bleed edge on there. So don't overthink it. Don't worry about it. Make it nice and easy for yourself. And if you're never sure as well, like you can make your distressed backgrounds. Make a distressed backgrounds like with pinks and greens, and tap your cardstock in it.
Yeah, why not?
And then just die cut it out, and then you'd have a multicoloured flower. So it works for everything. So don't worry about that. Now let's start putting this together, and I'll show you exactly what I have done.
Now that was your embroidered florals, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was just being used there. Not forgetting a whole load of dies and stamps available for you. This one, was it called Classic?
Elegance labels.
Classic, elegant. And this, as you said, the very first one up there you were saying was so Spellbinders, what they excel in, with the first to bring, I think, in my experience anyway, decorative, intricate dies like this.
Beautiful finish on all of them. You can see it's got like a beveled edge to them all. So I've used that one for that layer, and I've used this one for this layer. So again, you can see how it's building up. I'm going to stick these together in a minute. And what also I've done is I've taken the set with the, what's this one called, bear with, Frame of Mind.
Okay.
And I've cut the frame and I've stamped the stamp. So I've used 3 of the die sets all together, just
Brilliant,
randomly pick them to show you they will all work together. So whatever you get, everything works together. And then I've used the floral one as well. So lots and lots of details we've used on this one. So let's stick this together and then hopefully then we'll recap at the end and we'll show you everything that we have
It's also
used.
a bit like with Spellbind, quite an iconic colour for Spellbind, the metal, isn't it?
Yes.
Maybe you've dropped one or something. I'm thinking, where's that in my pile of dies and things? You can identify a Spellbinders die. They take that little bit extra effort, don't they, to a different colour and away you go.
That's it. And they've never changed the colour of it. This is their standard, their gold, like the gold seal, shall we say.
The gold seal
of dyes, so you know that. The papers I'm using were the ones that I brought on with the Ciao Bella show
Lovely, yeah.
a while ago. So again, all those are available on the website. Obviously, they haven't got the 20% off, but I know they are at a good price, so do have a look. So all of these papers on there. I'm just matting and layering this all together to give it that little bit of detail.
I like these soft colours as well. These
Yeah.
are very Mother's Day colours, couldn't they?
Yeah, very Mother's Day, but very Spellbinders as well. Their look is, you know what I mean, very, very beautiful. So I tried to keep in with the keeping of the Spellbinders theme.
Have you got a chance to pop up north for Mother's Day coming up? I know you're busy, busy, busy.
Yes, I shall be up there. So yeah, not a problem.
Yeah.
Are you doing
Good to see
anything
your
nice
mama?
for your mum?
Well, it's my mum's birthday tomorrow.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yes, so I'm going to go up and see mum tomorrow.
Oh,
to
you're going to
Nottingham.
Nottingham, yeah.
Yep. So I'll go hang out with her and Dad, and then it's Mother's Day at the end of the month. I'll have to go back up, won't I?
Oh,
I could take my card up for the second one and do it 2 birds with one. Put me in the same envelope.
There you go.
One stamp, easy.
Dan, that's a no.
Well, it's tricky. It's not tricky. It's not tricky.
It's
But
knowing what
obviously,
to buy.
Mum's at the start,
Yeah.
birthday. Emily's, my wife, is in the middle of March.
Yeah.
And Mother's Day is at the end of March.
Oh,
I'm rubbish at shopping anyway.
Yeah.
So it's a lot in one time.
for you to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
But I've got Emily's birthday present, which I'm very
Have you?
excited about. Yeah.
Did she tell you what to get?
No, well,
Yeah, but no.
yeah, but no, but.
Okay.
It was talked about
Oh.
before Christmas.
Oh, and
I
you
wouldn't-
remembered?
And then I remembered.
Oh, well done you.
Yeah, I was buzzing about it. I haven't mentioned it since.
Have you not?
Yeah.
And she's probably gone off it.
Oh, well, she's gone and bought it herself. But I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's not her birthday yet.
She hasn't brought it though, has she?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'd know.
You'd know, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll talk about this afterwards. then.
Okay.
When she can't hear us. So I'm just layering this onto there.
She normally
Using a
calls me
bit-
during shows. The amount of times. She called me this morning at 10:20.
She didn't.
I was on, yeah.
When we did that Facebook Live.
Yeah.
She
That's where it
rung
all
you.
went wrong.
She rung you. Oh, bless her. That's cute.
She's much busier than I am.
Oh, she
Squeeze a phone call.
She likes to know you're all right.
Where are you?
Where are you? You say, I'm with Wheeler today.
Get down co-op.
She'll keep an eye on you.
Mama needs some wine.
Bring the wine home with you. But look at this. These elements are from one of the labels that you're getting in there, the label die, and with the stamps you always get like a little embellishment. So I'm just adding in one of the little embellishments onto this one. But you can see it is very, very easy to put together. I've used that there. But if I take this one, just to show you, if you wanted to, you could layer one either side if you wanted to. So you could double it up, you can make your cards look
Yes.
different. Plus with this shape, if you wanted to, you could actually make it more square and you could actually make a floral frame with it by cutting
Very
and doing
pretty.
those. So a really, really useful collection. I'm just going to put a couple of these pearls on.
There's several of you watching on YouTube is looking right now. Phil is saying good afternoon, everyone. Phil comments a lot and watches on YouTube, so brilliant stuff. Thank you,
Hiya.
Phil. I will say there are 2 craft stores on YouTube. One's a craft store, one's a craft store TV. Now, we own them both. We'd love to put them together, but it's not that easy.
No.
So please go for the one that's live. Go for the one that has all the latest videos on it. One's basically got 30,000 followers. One's got 103,000.
Oh.
It's the one with 103,000 and all the previous clips and stuff from back in the day when the craft store had Chanda, Crate and
Yeah.
Craft. If they're previous videos, they're on there as well. But just go for the one that has 103 because then you can see all the shows with Clay and with
Brilliant.
yourself, all the back catalogue. But thank you so much if you're watching on YouTube.
There we go. So you can see you can make beautiful cards. Like I say, I've used about 3 or 4 different sets there, but it works together, and that's what Spellbinders are truly well known for.
Love that, Wheels. Thank you so much. Shall I quickly recap, then come back and we do more demos?
Okay, let's do that.
Right, friends. Come with me, because the big difference with all things craft store is that you are shopping directly with the supplier of the brand. So this is Personal Impressions, for example. You've got ClainaPalmer.com coming. I say calling, like I'm calling your website there, Claina. Claina's coming up live in the studio next. There's all sorts of streaming going on. For example, midweek, I know Tonic is streaming. I know we've got John Lockwood as well. Secret Sewing Club is here streaming too. In the studio on Thursday, brand new launch from Carnation Crafts, and Chloe from Chloe Creators Cards is also streaming in. The point being, you go directly, whoever the hour is, you can see it in the description of the web, on the event if you like. For this one is in the studio, you see it on the screen, personalimpressions.com. They have a brand page for Spellbinders. They have taken, for the craft store, 20% off every single item in that brand page. This is 14, 15, 16 dies and stamp combinations. They are all in there too. But what I encourage you to do is go on personalimpressions.com. When you are on personalimpressions.com, you will see the craft store logo. Click on that logo and it takes you to the previous shows by date. So you can go back and watch the Tim Holtz one, or sorry, see the products from the Tim Holtz one, or the Graphic 45, or Ciao Bella, etc. This one, 3rd of March, Spellbinders, all of these items will be in the same place, so you can browse at your leisure with a further 20% off. You've got the classic Spellbinder ones that you can spy up here as we continue to go through. Nothing on this show now is over £10. The highest price item on this show is £9.16. The most affordable item on this show is what? £5.83? Amazing, but I cannot wait for you to see that one cut out, by the way. That one, if you're asking, is the Loopy one. Should we do Loopy next? You got something else on? We're doing it next? Yep. We're going Loopy next. Stay tuned to get hold of the Loopy one. They have 2 dies in there, but what do you see at home? Do you see a checkerboard? Do you see things that look like 60s retro colours? Do you see vines? Do you see chainmail? I guess it all depends what coloured cardstock you're cutting it out of, right? But that's going to look really cool. Not just cut details, but also embossed details too. And then finally, on the second row below, you have stamp and die combination. So really perfect. That one there, the first one you're spying, Floral Divine, that is £5.83. Coming back along, Frame of Mind. The next one next to there is the embroidered flowers that was just used. So what Dawn was just colouring in, it was that one. The flower bouquet is very, very pretty at the same time. I think you'll really enjoy that. 2 more to see, which actually, if you do memory books, if you do scrapbooking, maybe you do ATCs, I think both of these in the same purchase, they're both only £7.49. Memories, or A Birdie Told Me. I love how that stamp, that cube, could have all sorts of actual text in there, the date of something, the name of the people in the photograph, for example, but then be able to die cut it out and also cut out some of the embellishing pieces with the dies. Exceptional value for money. Personalimpressions.com is where you shop directly to them. But as I make my way back to Dawn, you can still go on the craftstore.com, you know, because that's where you can watch it there now. YouTube's connected to that, so you can watch it there. You can see the schedule there. You can also see which other brands are coming up. There's lots of other brands on there that you haven't seen on the channel yet. Jamie Rogers, Storage for Crafts. Chloe. Glitzcraft. Santangle. Other ones.
All available.
All available.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Oh, I see you've brought your office.
Well, I didn't want to make a mess, and then I panicked and thought we ain't got no kitchen roll, so I just panicked. So
very good.
Improvising to keep it nice and tidy for you. So we'll make a background first. So I'm going to use a little bit of my Distress ink pads. This one is Broken China, and it's the Distress Oxide. So I'm just putting a little bit on there. I know probably at home it looks like I've not put anything on. Then I wanted this colour. So in between, this is a watercolour koi pen. Oh yeah. Watercolour pen. But the only thing is, if you leave it like that in the squiggles, it will stay as squiggles. Okay. And I don't want squiggles.
I'm sure I could have found you a cloth or some sort of
old
bit of clothing. Nigel might have left one of his vests in the green room or something, or
so I just
some of Charlie's socks or something.
I can do something. So then I've got my sponge, and because I don't want the squiggles to stay as squiggles, then just do that.
Oh, I like those colours.
Okay. So it pulls a little bit more. Then all you've got to do is pop your cardstock into it, and then you can start making your backgrounds. So I turn the paper at different angle and just keep going round.
never seen this demonstration before. Done with the plastic
Have you not?
sleeve. Is that what we call wallet sleeve?
Yeah,
Like that?
sometimes I'll open it up and I'll put alcohol inks on it.
Yeah.
And then close it, and then so you get like a double-sided, so you can do that. Yeah.
What do you think at home? That's pretty cool, isn't it?
I do the different sometimes. Just
I know you
sometimes
do.
you don't get to see what I do.
That's true.
Whereas now, obviously, we're working with PI, with Lou and the team. I get to do probably things that I used to do in the past. So you can see there, I've made a background. Obviously, that one's not going to be dry, but just to show you, I've got another one ready. Okay.
Nice.
So again, that's that
I'm
one.
going to put it on the drying rack over here.
Drying rack. And then obviously we are tidy, because you know what I'm like. It makes me a bit twitchy otherwise. So I'm just going to use that.
Righto.
And we are nice and clean.
Do you want me to get you a microfiber cloth?
No, it's fine. It's all dry. It's clean.
Sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you,
I
there.
know one of
Thank
those
you. Right. So have we still got some?
Well, they might be in the same place as the cutting plates, mightn't they?
Yeah, they might be.
Weird. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows where they are? Right. So now I'm going to take the Loopy frame.
Aha. Now,
Move these bits.
Loopy frame 833. You can always search for Loopy and you'll find it. But again, it is in that personalimpressions.com in the Spellbinders brand page. It's easy to find. Just follow the craft store, big logo on the homepage, then today's date, and you're off.
Okay, so if you've already cut the size of your cardstock and you want it to be that size, then you can pop this on and leave a border, because this hasn't got a cutting edge.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is just pop this. Actually, I'm going to turn it over because I want it to stick to the magnetic mat a little bit. And then I'm just going to put this onto there. So I've got my ad frame because I want it to actually cut out. So I'm
Tracy's replied saying, yes, I found them.
Brilliant. Oh,
Thank you,
good.
Tracy.
Well done.
And Michael is sharing links. Thank you, Michael,
thank
from Personal
you.
Impressions. Sam says, yay, Dawn and Dan, my favourite team ever.
Oh,
Sam, that is very, very kind.
thank you, Sam.
Yeah, it's very kind.
So now we're just going to cut that, and that will cut, because I need it to cut the outside. I need my rubber mat. Oh, it's here. But because this one, obviously I need to cut the edge to get the shape, but with this it needs to be embossed as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to swap the plate out, and we're going to use...
You go through twice?
Yes.
Right.
So what I'm going to do, I'll try to keep that in there the best I can. Now what I'm going to do is take... Actually, I'll take it off. I can put it back on. It's fine.
Okay.
So I'm going to take the magnetic shim out.
Yep.
And what we're going to do is now pop this back, but obviously I've got the size that I want because the frame's cut it.
Yes.
But all I've got to do is just put this back onto here, like so.
Is there like a front and a back to this die?
Um,
Well, not really. I guess if you put it
the
through, it's
front
all the way
is
around.
the embossed detail, yeah.
Okay.
So all I'm going to do is just pop that on there. That's going to hold it down. And then I'm going to use the embossing mat, okay? I've got that the right... Now you've made me challenge
question,
myself. Yeah, I'm questioning myself, yeah. Hang on, questioning myself now, Dan. Don't take much,
Well,
does
is it? No, it's a different kind of die, isn't it?
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. So all I'm going to do is pop that on there, hold that down so I know what I'm doing. Then I'm going to pop the embossing mat on there. So I've got 3mm plate.
You sure?
Yes. Stop it. You know you.
Let myself laugh there.
3mm plate, 5mm plate, and embossing mat. I've taken the black magnetic shim out because I want it to emboss it. So this is going to squeeze it so we get that embossed detail.
I'm with you.
Are you with me?
I'm with you.
You haven't been able to torment me so much today.
No, I've seen you a little while.
No.
Been like 2 weeks of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen you been busy. Oh!
Can you
That
see
embossing
that?
detail immediately.
So can you see that on the reverse? Look at that, it's beautiful. So then when I turn this over, can you see?
So you've got like
A double-sided
embossed, actually.
So you've got embossed and debossed.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you, yeah.
So if you wanted to, yeah, you could actually do that and then colorise that size, whatever you wanted to do. But can you see how fab it looks?
Oh, that's tricky to get your head round. I'm not sure which to
Yeah.
sound like.
Either. Doesn't matter, does it?
It's really cool, isn't it?
Yep, so we've got that.
And then you've got that outer frame, which is the cutting side of things.
Yes, which I've
Right.
just cut. So that's given me the perfect
So
size.
do you think in theory... Oh, no.
What?
I was about to say in theory you could keep doing that again and almost make it like a massive pattern, but then I guess...
Yeah, you're in a box frame because you could join them together.
Yeah, you need
and
joining,
like with
wouldn't
that, if you had a larger piece, you could make yourself a fabulous frame for a photo or something like that, or your memory albums and things like that. So again, that will work. So what I'm going to do then is just add a little bit of the same colour ink just around the edges, just to give it a border. And this, again, we'll be using your Tim Holtz ink, same colour that we actually made the background colour with, but this is now just darkening those edges a little bit, just to give it a bit of a contrast, and also to bring it and bring the eye in, really, because at the end of the day, you want that little bit of a structure on the outside.
Yeah.
I've also used one of the flowers. I've used that flower again, but I've coloured it with the same coloured inks, can you see? So that picks up the colours in the background. So if you haven't got lots of background papers, it's an ideal way. Just use the 2 colours. I was thinking foliage and a colour of my flower, and I could use that onto there. So now...
You know what, the other day, I was doing a show with Catherine, Lisa, Leonie and Paola.
Yes.
And they were doing, like, Lisa was releasing loads of different new gels and things.
Yeah.
And the team were like doing lots of like make patterns, mop it up, here we go. We're going to use it, maybe painting with it, and then you save it for something else, save it for something else. This dye, emboss, is what you're saving it for.
Exactly.
Right, just like you've shown me there.
All your
Yeah, so all these ones that you don't want to waste the ink, so you mop it up on a spare bit of card and put it to the side.
That's
Do
ideal.
it with this. Do it
like
with this.
that one we've just done.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I mean. You might have lots of pieces like this that you've made. If you wanted to, obviously you could stamp over it with the floral design with clear embossing powder.
Yep.
And then you could still emboss it and do things like that.
Like with your jelly paints or anything like
jelly
that at all,
paints.
yeah.
You could add splatters to that, white splatters to it. You could add a darker colour to it, whatever you want. Or even just die cut out, stamp on that. I'll do it and I will show you as well. Okay, this is slightly
the versatility to use the bits you've used because you're saving them for a rainy day. Let's make that rainy day right now then. And let's use that cardstock, because you've used the ink, you've paid for the cardstock after all, and then you emboss it like this with those loopy designs. It looks like floral, really lovely, but maybe if it was like a silver or a bronze cardstock, I think it'd look a little
black,
bit...
white, whatever you want.
I think it'd look a bit more industrial, wouldn't it?
This is a little bit damp, so bear with me with the ink on it. I am using a waterproof ink, but all I'm going to say is please bear with me because that's still a little bit moist.
I was going to say, it's not going to dry naturally in this studio. Plainen's got a duvet on right now and a hat and scarf on, keep him warm for the next hour.
It's a bit cold.
I don't know why, because the heating's on. It's been here outside. It's meant to be a nice day outside today.
Yeah, but it says it's like 8 or 9 degrees, and then it says, but with the wind, it feels like -1 or something.
Double figures last weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was lovely.
Glorious, tropical.
It was great. Can you see what I mean about the ink not being, the cardstock not being quite dry? But you could see you could stamp onto that, then take your die cut that out, and you haven't even then got to colour it. You've already got a pre-coloured one. But like I say, do make sure your work is dry. Mine is still a little bit wet. That's why it's a little bit soggy still. Use your heat gun, set it, make sure it's dry, and then stamp onto it, and it will be absolutely fine.
I'll tell you what, friends, we've got just under 15 minutes left on the show. If you want to go on personalimpressions.com, click on the craft store picture, then today's date, and you'll see all those Spellbinders items. If there's one of you thinking, oh, I'm gonna order it, like, just pop that through the machine, Dawn. Let us know. What would you do with that?
Yeah.
Put it in the comments on Facebook or YouTube. I will spy them. We'll do our best if we have it in the studio. There's dozens and dozens and dozens of products on the Spellbinders after all. But it is extra savings just for the week, right?
It is. They've done it especially to launch with today, and it will be for a full week. There'll be 20% off. And like I say, everything, all the prices are already marked down. They can't show you the before price because there's something to do with the system. It's not like, you know, like a normal craft website where they can do before and after, because it's their own personal website.
It's already done.
So you don't have to think about it. Now, what I did was taken the die again, the one that's got all the sentiments with, and just to show you these, when you get it, obviously you've got all this red rubber around the edge, and you're going to think, well, how do I get all
Frame of mind.
Yeah, you're going to think, how do I get these out? Now, just give it a wiggle, like so, because like on the reverse, this is like your acetate that your stamps go onto. Just press it, wiggle it. Don't pull too hard, just press and wiggle like that, and you will see these will release off of there, and then you can put them back on there, and that's how you can store them as well. So again, really handy to have those. So what I've done is just stamp that out. The world is your oyster. Stamp that out, and then I die cut it with a frame, and then I did a little matte and layer.
Lovely.
So that's how.
Carol Wilson says, afternoon, Dawn and Dan, been decorating for the last 3 weeks.
Oh, wow. That's
Carol,
a big project.
Decorating? Yeah, you're doing,
it's a project.
You're doing every wing all at once? Maybe, I don't know. Today is the first day I've been able to sit down and watch.
Oh,
Carol, welcome.
bless
Thank
you.
you. I know we're all busy. That's why, well, online anyway, Facebook and YouTube, you can rewind it and watch it again. I know Facebook have now brought in stuff about 30 days and stuff. That is worldwide. That's not just us. YouTube, you can see all the previous ones there. But thank you, Carol. And how's the decorating going? What have you been decorating?
Yeah.
Let us know. Sounds like a whole house job, that, doesn't it?
It does, don't it?
Who knows?
Very elaborate.
Right, Pamela, Lee, Monique, Sue,
Hiya.
Jane, lots of people saying hello, and that's purely, there's as many people watching on YouTube as there is on Facebook, so I love how you're picking and choosing where you watch from, as long as you're watching and shopping direct.
Yes.
Personalimpressions.com.
There we go. So I'm just adding a little bit of ribbon, bit of grosgrain ribbon. Have a look on the Personal Impressions website.
Yes.
I have to remember.
You powered down there for a sec.
I did, because I was thinking, which website? I'm having a moment. Check out, they've got lots of fabulous ribbons on there as well. So do have a look. Obviously, they're not in the Spellbinders brand shop, but you will get a great price on them.
Whilst you're there, it's 1p&p anyway with Personal
Yeah.
Impressions, so of course you can fill up your basket that way. You can also get next day delivery if you want to. All details are on their website.
Okay, so I'm just matting and layering this onto here, just adding.
I like this. That could be a little off-cut of card that
Yep.
too big to put in the recycling,
Yep.
but not big enough for a proper matte layer of like the full card. You've saved it, you've matched your Distress Oxide to it.
Exactly. I'm just pinching it just to give it a little bit more movement and a little bit more place, so that can sit there like so.
Are you a fan of an oyster?
No.
Oh. Have you tried?
Yep.
Oh.
Have you?
I think I have. What's like oysters? Maybe
I
it's
don't
mussels.
like mussels or anything like that either. I'm not a...
There's something like oysters that I do like.
Was there like scallops?
Yeah, I do like that. That's not what I'm thinking of, but they are nice, aren't they?
Yeah. Trying to think. I don't like calamari or anything like that.
Cockles in my head.
Or winkle, anything like that. No.
Like calamari?
No.
Oh, Dawn, come on.
No.
Little
No.
mayo dip,
No.
bit of lemon on top.
No. Don't
Ah.
like calamari.
Do you like anything sea-based?
I like fish fingers.
She likes fish fingers.
Yes.
She likes skips. That's absolutely fine. Cod's what you like.
Scampi fries.
Scampi fries. Okay.
No, I like tuna, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Salmon. I don't mind a bit of salmon if it's cooked right.
Fish and chips?
Yeah, fish and chips, yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Don't like anchovies.
Chris, what did you have for lunch again today? Chris had anchovies and broth. It's the weirdest combination of things I've ever seen. It was like the most northern thing. I thought he was walking
He does eat some
into
stuff.
a working men's club in... Where are you from again?
Mansfield.
Mansfield. Hey! Got a lot of time for Mansfield.
You will when you're up at Nottingham tomorrow. They'll be waiting for you.
They will, won't they? They ain't got cars.
They have got
I'm
cars.
joking. My family live up there, it's all right.
They will
Right,
come get
beautifully
you.
done, Dawn. And by the way, so far so good. Look at these two together.
Like say,
Different colour combinations, right? But how beautiful. I love the different sentiments, but don't they tie in?
that's it. And like with the florals, I know I've just got this one here, but if you've got the other one, you could swap it out with the roses one. But like I say, you've got something that's probably a little bit more ultra modern, but then you've got something more that's classic. It's showing you that it doesn't matter what they are from Spellbinders, you can put your spin on it.
Right, we've got another demo, haven't we?
Yes.
Tell you what, I'm going to stand right here. If you get ready whilst I'm stood right here, just getting in your way. But I will quickly recap for you. There's another live show after this. Kalena Palmer over there. Now, it's buy one, get one free, which is brilliant news on her dies. Kalena can't do that normal telly-wise. The craft store, Kalena's in charge, she can. So please don't go anywhere from 3 o'clock. Brand new demos. Now, I haven't seen a lot of those products before, and some bestsellers also on a buy one, get one free. This show, right now, if you've just tuned in, you can rewind and watch it. All about personalimpressions.com. They bring different brands to us every week. Ciao Bella, Graphic 45, Tim Holtz. You can look at them all back the product-wise by going on the craft store section of their website, personalimpressions.com. Click on the craft store in today's dates on personalimpressions.com. 20% off the Spellbinders brand shop, and it's huge. We've got a dozen or so items out here. It is huge, and as you're showing, Dawn, you can bring them all together. Like this is a massive die.
Yep.
Let's get straight. Which one's this one? The Christmas.
This is the Christmas dove frame.
Thank you, Christmas dove frame.
Yeah.
You look at the size of that instantly, right? That's £15.
Easy.
Maybe £19.99. Let alone the rest of it that comes with it. What is it?
Big die.
$9.16.
Wow.
Brilliant pricing.
Spellbinders.
Prices only for the week. So therefore, my comment of this saying, like, if you just tuned in, shop after the hour. Shop tonight. Leave yourself a message in your phone being like, get on personalimpressions.com, have a look. Because before you know it, it's next week and the prices have gone back up. So whilst you've got the saving and then 20% off, that's when you buy something. That's maybe when you go new, maybe you've never purchased Spellbinders before, maybe you've got a huge Spellbinders range, but they weren't this price.
No, exactly. Now, with these, I would honestly say to you as well, when you are using these, yes, you can just die cut it, but if you can, emboss it, because it shows all the detail. Now, with this one, I've done it in like craft card and black, because I wanted it quite organic looking. But with this, it's not just for Christmas. I'm not going to use it as Christmas. So you can see that you've got a fabulous design. Now, again, with this one, pop that bit out. I'm going to take this bit out, and we're going to put the rubberized mat on again, because because if I show you, can I show you this one? You can see it's, if I show you on the flower, it's cut it, but it's not embossed it. Can I show you?
Oh, right.
There you go. Can you see? So it's cut it beautifully, but it's not really embossed. So just remember that. Now I'm going to emboss it. Yeah, there's a hint. But if you use your embossing mat, you see how this changes. And I can put them side by side and you'll really be able to see it. So again, let's take this out. And that's just embossing it. So again, it's pushing it into the die to get all that detail. But that's where then you could bring in your metallic waxes, things like that, to really add a bit of detail and structure to it. When you've cut this as well, you'll also notice the centerpiece will also come out.
Okay.
So that's something that you can use in, or you can take it out and use it as well.
Folded in half. It's like a money clip or something, doesn't it?
It does, and if you score it that away, it actually looks like hinges on a book.
Oh, it does.
So if you're making mini books and stuff, you cut that. Or if you cut a circle there, and then a narrow, then into, it looks like a keyhole.
Yes, it does.
So again, there's lots of ways that you can do it. I'm trying to be super quick.
We've only got 4 minutes.
I know, where's that gone?
Hey, friends, there's a 5-minute break between this show and the next, just so we can all walk over there and spin the cameras around. That's the only reason. So keep watching. By the way, if you want a lot of behind the scenes looks, look on my Facebook page, Dan Bancroft on Crate and Craft. I'm getting rid of the Crate and Craft bit, I promise. Come on, Facebook. But nevertheless, have a look there.
Look, can you see the difference now? One is embossed. This one was the first one that I showed you. Can you see it's not got no detail?
Oh, yeah.
But this one now, can you see that has got that embossed, it's hard to show you with it, but there. So you can see now it's got that embossed detail, so it's all about using them in a different way. So
Carol says she feels like she's been painting the Forth Bridge.
I bet she does, bless her.
So you haven't,
oh,
I haven't got any more details than that, but goodness me, she's gone through a roller or two, I imagine. Oh. Hello, Debbie, who's just tuned in. I see you, Debbie. That's funny.
That's...
When you start something, you're like, I shouldn't have started this.
I know. But saying that, though, I've done a couple of projects just lately.
In your boudoir?
Yours.
Yeah.
So I've been doing...
You had a paintbrush in your hand or something else?
A paintbrush?
Yeah?
Yeah, so what
like a roller or something like that? Like putting wallpaper up? Or anything?
No, I'm not allowed to do wallpaper.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would do. What I've done is I got an old mirror and I've painted it. And I've done it all creamed. And,
What, the frame?
Yeah. Proper bougie.
Where'd you get that mirror from? You been down the antique shops? Or?
Yeah, so I went and I got a mirror that I wanted and I painted it. I've done it all cream, distressed it. Oh, it looks fabulous.
Very good.
So yeah, I was like really chuffed with myself.
How long did it take? Longer than you thought? Or
yeah, longer than I thought. Because I just thought, oh, 2 coats and I'll be all right. So I did like 3 coats. Then I've had to scrape all the paint off around the edge of the mirror. I did mask it off, but I still got a little bit on it. So it's been a bit like that. But I'm all over it. I'm really pleased with it. Yeah. Then I did 2 other mirrors.
Yeah?
I've done all sorts. Like glued them together and put them up on my wall.
Glued the mirrors together? Then we see each other?
No, glued them like edge to edge.
Oh,
Made it the size that I want.
Very good.
Honestly, the stuff I've been doing, you'd be like, what is she doing?
I know, it always turns heads, but this is...
Home decor. Oh, cry.
Oh, no.
It's because I'm rushing, sorry. Yeah, doing a bit of
I've got 2 minutes.
This is what the stamp...
This is lovely.
But again, one of the stamps that we've got on the show, but this time I've just stamped it on what size I wanted. I've taken 2 of the pieces of the same colour craft card. I'm just going to carefully turn these round.
And you know what, if you're just tuning in right now, you don't think that is a Christmas dove frame, do you?
Exactly. And that's what I wanted to show you, that, you know, you can turn these into whatever you want them to be. And you can see by doing this, adding a few gems, a bit of bling de la bling, you can do that. Hang on, bear with. I'm just going to put one there. Oh, I know it's not sticking.
So whether it's birthdays, whether it's going to be the front cover of that memory book, that photo album, maybe it's going to be something else written in there, and that beautiful is going to go somewhere else there. The framework, and I didn't realise it was embossing as well on that die.
Embossing. So if you wanted to go in with a little bit of ink, you could go in with ink as well, and you could do that. But to me, that doesn't say Christmas.
Nope. Imagine it in festive greens, reds, golds. Then it absolutely is, isn't it?
Yes.
Should we finish at over there?
Yes.
Come on, team. Well done, Wheels. Thank you all for watching, by the way. Oh, gosh, she's going around that way, aren't you? When you're out and about, you do something else? You're on other channels? What are you up to?
Later in the week, Thursday, I'm on another channel.
Hobbymaker?
Yes.
Lovely.
So
Have a fabulous time. Give our love to that team as well.
I will.
Wheeler, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching. 20% off Spellbinders thanks to personalimpressions.com.